Okay, so this is the last time of this 10-minute speaking video. After I finish this one, I'm gonna move to the next video. But okay, so let's start it. This because this is the last time, so I'm gonna try um as well as I can because I want to make the last change of speaking this video as perfect as I can in order to improve my English English speaking my English my English speaking skill more in the future. So if I really want to do that, so I have to be really careful of my pronunciation. So let's get started. Our brain constantly changes. Every second is changing. If you pull your brain up your head, if I place some brain surgery on your right arm with a wand, then hold your brain in my hand. It's not going to do anything. I can load it all day long. You did nothing, your body will function. No genetic activation. Nothing will happen, no change will switch on. The fact that you are alive when I haven't done that. The only reason your brain and genes aren't doing anything is because of your thinking, feeling, and choosing. This Friday them up is it the switch on your thinking, feeling, and choosing. Switch your genes on beyond our thinking, feeling, and choosing. And that's the mind that I felt that the part that we are not have not done enough research. After 30 years myself researching, you have to focus on that because otherwise I can use my brain as a skill for everything which is day and age we live in. You can make the relationship work. You're gonna at this day with what they go to they say that what they that's no that's not. Those are effects. I can be raised in some household, experienced some challenge, some before some parents. I'm saying every could be identical, the same experience. By 20 years old, I can still view the world in a different way than you. You do it from birth. You do it from birth totally different. This is why we see studies of identical twins, where you have the one that's in on age, and you're going to analyze one who's still growing up and still going along. You know how you perceive things, and your body work for you against you. Your mind is moving through your brain. Your brain builds the perception basically in your brain. So you're thinking, feeling, choosing moment to moment of every day. And if you ever take scenario, we are constantly seeing a negative. After if I have now 163 days constantly thought in certain ways, I have built a very strong tree in my brain. A tree is soft. Our thoughts are few things. They look like trees. They occupy mental real estate. Made of protein and great. They are 100% authority. Right now you're growing at the speed of 400 billion oxygen. You're converting with virtual and listeners into trees in the brain. But now if you got a habit, you've gotten something for years. You thought in a way for years. It's because of an experience, because of environments. So this nature you're born with this rough design. We nurture environments and other stuff you tried. And it's an I factor. The two things going through life or something, but how they think it. So each experience is now adding more and more layers to my initial core. So here I'm probably here I'm perceiving. I may perceive the two things. One perceives relationships in square, one perceives situation in this way. You remember the what in the brain. And as you go, keep thinking in direction where through Washington, when you think about the most grows into toxic, that's pardon, I fully see that. You can change person very easily to stand back and observe your own thinking because in neuroscience it help decide. There's something physics on that. You can stand back and observe your own thinking and you can show someone that you can see that you be negative and you see that it is. I mean you can keep your by showing people. There's always a way for someone to see but everyone choose to do that. Since one has done something and to do it for 163 days, they have worked a lot more into their brain, like pathway while toxic stress. That's why I use this reports into all computers. And those computers have been very established. Exactly 1 days to finish with long-term memory. It takes 2 3 days, to build a habit, not in one then with home 63. Anything after that we go into the expert level. So if I have for 6 years being worried on a sports warrior, it doesn't mean that you who am. This should have become so I can still become. It's hard work. I'm gonna have to do a lot of mind work. I'm gonna do a lot of mind management. So this the advertisement, and I'm gonna skip this advertisement. To use emotional signals like depression, anxiety, and I'm gonna have to use that to find out what is the cause of why I'm so negative. Now, even a long-term memory can be reconceptualized, and this means I always remember. So, for example, someone sees the glass half empty, and if just been in that, and it's just like this people just always going to this negative first. Every business meeting just always see the negative, but the person can change. They can very become experts in being negative, but they can actually unwind that they can get to the point where it's gonna work. You got to go to the pain to do it. People don't want to do it day edge. You can change that and reverse that process. The five steps. So the five steps overall is gather. Gather. Gather is the big word for embrace knowledge. Embrace that you have an or accept this issue. That's the second one is you have to reflect it. Reflecting the process is the most painful part. It's like a touching you say my friends and other friends. And say that we have to first to the patient to heal them. So you have to hold the pain before going to hurt you to heal you. So that's the very it is the whole process. It's your heart. I'm not lying, but it's good. And then it takes time. It can take cycle often 1 days. So the second process is deep reflection, where you are basically trying to track back to I'm not necessarily back, but why am I so doing this? So studying the change. You look at your change, your patterns. So the first thing is to take okay, this is I'm depressed, this is an emotional warning signal, but for physical warning signals, you're embracing the emotional and physical warning signals from environment and from yourself. You're thinking about this, okay, so why am I so negative? Why am I negative? Why am I so always depressed? Why am I anxious? And as you go through that process of self-reflection, getting to the point where you're not really just find get to is the day every day is a little bit of the point where you find okay, maybe this is at the end of the 1 days. You see, oh, I'm not because I'm actually trying to be a perfectionist. I'm trying to control everything in my environment. I mean, it's not quite working out, or maybe it's because the turmoil you've dealt with. The third thing we've got to do is to take process to what we've got to do is make our brain do stuff with it, right? The third process, right, when you write, you're killing out a lot of and when I say write, it's like literally turn on page. Can you see my sequence that I've loved to literally spend a minute and a half to 2 minutes doing each of these. You grab for a minute and a half. You'd reflect for a minute and a half. You'd write down for a minute and a half. And then you would recheck. Now recheck is the process where you go back and look for patterns or triggers your what does it mean. So you think become aware of something going on. I am reflecting by my feeling. I'm starting to get it on the minute and a half. Must move on. You write that down. Maybe a bunch of jumbo that you write down. You do check the per jumbo. Try to get some level of order. Then you go to as you get that level of audience. Okay, what's my little tiny task today? And it may be simple as when I feel this anxiety coming on, I'm gonna come back to my lesson. I'm gonna only worry about it. Tonight I set a lock. You have to have a little bit of information together, which is point you must only get a bit of every day. Not everything every day, but you can't solve it all normally during the day. It's little things change over time. We try and fix it quick. You can't get there. It's a process. You have the data of your non-consciousness. It's the deep investigative decisive process that you're doing. So let's say now that you start seeing, okay, I'm worrying because of this one negative. I'm starting to get a glimpse of, well, maybe this could be this, or maybe so what can I do today? As they do actively rich, actively active rich. An active rich is then if I see that even the static worrying thing, I wake up, I'm worrying. I just stated that I'm stuck and getting to I'm saying okay, I'm worrying on the big person today. Is the one I've just worked on that I have actually never stopped worrying. So cool. What's my active rich? As I worry, as that hits me in the face, I'm gonna say okay, this worry, I can't do it now. I'm gonna do it tonight. So now it's 6 o'clock in the morning, then we o'clock tonight. As you go through the day, as in that browser, what happens is you take energy away from the worry. Every thought you build is the real living thing. It has energy, it's foreign energy. So if I take this worry toxic, and I say, okay, keep worrying in the box. I'm not going to deal with your experience. You just have not think about it. And every time 6 o'clock tonight, I come to your later, the thing starts energy. Back in the 80s, I was trained. That brain couldn't change action that I did work with people that had traumatic brain injury like major. That has been written off by neurosurgeons, and through deliberate and intentional building of the brain, learning, growing the brain, studying daily, getting back to university, and then finishing school, getting high grades, and this what is kids have been written off of vegetable. And I think that happens way too often. Not just me, there's many scientists who have since shown that when you use your mind, your brain will change. Alright, so this is the end of this time speaking. Actually, for this video, I'm gonna move to the next video. Okay, so bye guys, and let's move to the let's move to the next one.